Here's how to find unlimited cash buyers for your tax deed properties so that you can go ahead and turn these properties in the fastest time possible. So, when you buy these properties, finding cash buyers is going to be a very, very critical piece of this puzzle. And here's why. Remember, a lot of the times when you buy a tax deed, you don't have clear title right away. You won't have what's called a guaranteed deed, and a lot of the times the title company won't issue title insurance until you've properly went through a procedure to clear the title. Now, if you're dealing with a cash buyer, most of the time they'll know what's going on and you won't have to go through this. So that's why it's important to basically find a good list of cash buyers and to have a never-ending stream of buyers for your properties in this business, right? So, one of the first things when you're getting into this business is you don't want to buy like an uneducated person. Remember, you make your money on your way into the deal. A big mistake a lot of folks make is they don't have a clear action plan when they buy these properties. And that can really cost you a lot of money. So, you'll see uneducated people buying property and losing their butts. I've seen it happen many, many times. And remember, with tax deeds, you always want to be factoring in basically a full rehab estimate on these properties. And unless it is very, very clear that maybe somebody's living in the property or maybe the thing is in good shape, you're going to want to factor that in, because if you don't, you could definitely get bit. So if you can't see in the property, definitely factor in a full rehab. So that could be anywhere these days between 60, $70 a square foot, depending on where you're buying. So that is super important. Now, another mistake a lot of new investors make that causes them to lose money. Say, for example, you see this big warehouse. Maybe it's worth $100,000 and the opening bid's like $3,000. And you're thinking, man, this is a smoking deal. You don't really do your research. You just see that spread in the price. Maybe you buy it for 10. And what you didn't realize is maybe that thing was previously like an auto body shop, or maybe it was like a dry cleaner before. And the soil is completely an environmental, like you go there and you grow a third arm type of situation, and it's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars to get that property basically up to code so that it's not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle spawning ground, right? So that's very important. So you make your money on the way into the deal. Always have an action plan for getting out of the deal. All right. So don't just go and buy, impulsively because you see a big spread in the numbers. You want to make sure you have a clear plan. So once you get the property, let's talk about some things to do in order to move that thing very quick. Because remember, you want to get the velocity of money going in this situation. Buy it and sell it as quick as possible. A saying that I like from back in the day is you want the fast bucks, not the last bucks. So, sure, you could go and sell these properties at the top of the market with a realtor, but remember, at the top of the market, you're competing with all of the other perfect properties, people who've lived in their homes, they have perfect homes. And where we're going to make our money is selling these properties to the fix and flippers, to the renovators, people like that, because they're going to want to go ahead and make that spread. What I love about deeds is you can buy them cheap enough so that there's room for you to make money and then the person who comes in after you. Now, if it's an absolute slam dunk where you're going to make 50, 100, 200 grand, sure, go ahead, fix it up. But if you're going to put it at the top of market, make sure it's going to be at the top of market, right? Because you don't want to get basically nickel and dimed when it comes time to closing, because the seller, a family's moving in, they want that property to be pristine. And if you didn't cross your T's and dot your I's, then it could cost you some money. So for those of you guys tuning in, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps out. Ask a question in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Definitely helps the channel. I always give away one of the best trainings, the ABCs of tax lien and deed investing. This is a full, complete guide below in the comments, and it is a full on-demand mini course below in the comments. And I give this thing away. Click the more info button. People are asking, how do I get the book? I mention it in the videos. You have to expand the description of the video to get it, and then you will be in good shape there. So you can check that out now or check it out after the video. So when it comes back, let's talk about some ways to find some cash buyers, okay? So there's resources like PropStream where, there's a monthly fee, but you can get a 7-day free trial. There is also a service called PropWire where you can, I think it's free, and basically find people in your area who are buying cash, which is great. People who are buying cash every month are obviously going to be good cash buyers for your property. But one of the biggest overlooked spots for finding cash buyers is going to be the people who bought at the previous year's sales, because anybody who buys at a tax deed sale is a cash buyer that all you have to do is network with them and get in touch with them. And remember, if you're in a county where it's competitive, so say things are getting bid up like to market value, and it can happen, then those are going to be great cash buyers. And if you scoop up those properties before the auction, those folks are going to be great buyers because they're already paying full market value. So you might as well take advantage of it. So get a list of the folks who bought at the cash or get at the sale, right? They're paying full, they're paying in cash. Go get a list of buyers from the county as well, and then blast that thing out there. You can put it on Facebook Marketplace, you can put it on Craigslist. There's all sorts of things. You can reach out to a real estate agent and ask them if they have cash buyers as well. Basically, think of it like a funnel, and you want as many streams coming into this thing as possible, right? You want to be able to blast it out. You can build your buyers list and things like that, which is very important. But make sure if you're dealing with somebody who's going to try to do like a wholesale deal or something like that, give them a very short time to do it. Use a non-refundable earnest money deposit. Make sure you're not getting daisy chained on your deal. And a daisy chain is basically when there's like a string of wholesalers trying to wholesale on top of you. Because remember, the more people involved in the deal, then the higher the chance of it not going through. So those are some very, very simple ways that we like to go and do cash buyers. Recapping, PropStream, PropWire. You can go find a list of cash buyers. It's available there. And then go get the list of buyers who have purchased properties at the previous sales or the people who are buying at the monthly foreclosure auction. Another pro tip is you can literally go to the foreclosure auction and start networking, talking with folks, and building that network is very, very important. A network of real estate investors, because if they don't buy it, they'll maybe know somebody. And the great thing is when you build a relationship with a great cash buyer, they're going to want properties and they're going to want as many as you can give them at good deals. Now, one of the drawbacks of the internet these days is there's a lot of people with a lot of base level information, and maybe they can't execute on that deal. So make sure to be very, very clear. If you're dealing with somebody, find out if they're a wholesaler, find out how big their buyer's list is, and just make sure not to give the wholesaler a lot of leeway in that regard. Like if they want to tie you up for 30 days, then don't do that. Unless you do like a very solid non-refundable earnest money deposit, say $3 to $5 grand type thing, then sure, could be worth it in that regard. So remember, in recap, you make your money on the way in to the deal. All right. So always think of what is my exit strategy going into the deal. Before you buy it, make sure to do your due diligence. Make sure that the county has sent out all the notifications to everybody on the chain of title. So therefore, when you buy it, things can go smoothly. Now, if you want to clear that title, use a company like Tax Title Services for like $1,000 to $3,000. They'll clear that title within 30 to 60 days. They'll even do it in redemption states like California, where they have a 1-year redemption. So you can go and sell that property within 30, 60, 90 days. So you can reach out to them. They don't give me a kickback or anything, but we have used them in the past for sure. So it's time to get started. And remember, if you want some help with this stuff, you can go ahead, grab a copy of this free program. It's literally on demand. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not going to ask you pretty much anywhere for money on the internet. The book's going to help you get started. All the questions to ask is in the link below. And from there, if you want some help, like some one-on-one help to build you a custom game plan for this stuff, we'll go and we'll do that. So there's a link to book a call below. We'll save you 3 to 5 years of trial and error and make sure you get off on the right mistake. And most important, save you from making mistakes and losing money. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.